everyone. Welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. This episode, we're going to be taking a look at a piece by Carlos M. Gonzalez. He's actually a Twitch streamer as well as an AI generative artist. In this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about the AI generative collage. We're going to talk a little bit about the idea of the digital ghost, and we're also going to talk about the idea of the digital unconscious as opposed to the collective unconscious. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, you're met with the scene of a lone subject cloaked in gold here in the center. And so you'll see this immense energy throughout the spatial composition, everywhere from the glitched textures to these kind of paranormal ghosts that go around our subject, even to the glitched or kind of melting cloak of our subject as well. All of that gives that incredible sense of energy, and it's a really striking introduction for sure. And so we see our subject set in center here. Almost everything appears to revolve around this center subject. Of course, we see it accented through this dark and light contrast, really defines the form of our subject, catches our eye for sure, and it definitely draws the eye because, of course, all of this is a lot lighter. There's almost a frame going on here if we were to reference that as well. So that is all framing of our center subject, and it's also elevating the importance or the visual impact of that as well. All very, very important. And there's also no doubt that light within this work drives the heavily main element of this piece. So the visual experience is a very bright one, but it also is a dark one as well. It's kind of a unique juxtaposition going on for sure. So, when I say that this is the light, we see these kind of glitched areas of this turquoise green really pops out to us for sure. And this incredible intensity of light also reinforces this sense of energy within the work at hand. In the realm of color, of course, in our subject, we have this main kind of gold, kind of blackish red. And then we have this slighter skin color there. And then we have the white, we have the black, the green, the red, the white, the blue, the green. Everything really mixes, a very diverse color palette, and I think that also does add to that sense of energy within the work at hand. All very, very important. And we're looking at what appears to be the artist actually referred to it as a digital ghost. And a digital ghost is someone who has been kind of forgotten in the digital age. You can be in a comment section talking to a bunch of people, you can feel invisible. You can kind of be in a comment section, everyone's talking, maybe you're just watching and you can feel like you're not really there. Even though we're incredibly interconnected in the modern world, we often do feel quite lonely as, it's kind of strange. We're so interconnected. I also see this with, say, cameras, for example. Everyone used to be say in the 80s, 90s, they love being on camera, but now we don't like being on camera because it's so widespread. So I think there's a similar thing going on with the digital ghost, where even though we're incredibly interconnected in this digital age, we do feel the sense of loneliness or the sense of being forgotten or the sense of invisibility. So that's what the digital ghost is, and that is our main subject there. And so there's also the idea of the digital unconscious. That is where our subject is set within. And so the digital unconscious, to understand this, we have to look at Freud's collective unconscious. So the collective unconscious can be thought of as kind of the realm where no matter what cultural context you go into, there is some shared similarities. So we see that across archetypes, see that across, of course, mythological symbols or archetypes within that. And so all of that is incredibly important. And the artist is actually working directly with that idea. But he does it in a way that does it in the digital world. So the digital world, think about how we're kind of training the systems of Google, training the systems of AI. We're putting so much of the human touch within the digital age that we're really teaching it to almost be meta-human. And so with that in mind, the digital world is kind of the digital unconscious. There's these kind of ghosts or things left behind by so many people who have searched, add videos, add pictures, left comments. And so there is this kind of ingrained collective impact that we can all refer to. And I think that's incredibly important for the work at hand. And so that's what we see here. We see the digital ghost who feels forgotten in the age of the digital or the collective unconscious. Very, very interesting. I love this piece and it really caught my eye for sure. And so before we jump out of here, I want to talk a little bit about glitch art and then, of course, AI generative art as well. So glitch art at its most literal can be defined as using any type of screen distortion, screen malfunction, hardware malfunction, anything, software malfunction, software glitches, as to intentionally, deliberately create pieces of art. So the original glitch artist actually accidentally discovered this, and then through time we realized that we can deliberately manipulate displays in order to create these kind of glitched aesthetics. And so we do see that here, definitely a heavy glitch influences. It draws a very large majority of the work at hand. Of course, if all of this was this bright blue background, it wouldn't have as much of an impact if it didn't have that kind of glitch texture throughout the work at hand. So I think that's all incredibly important for the work that we're looking at here. There's this interplay of chaos and order. Without the kind of glitched sense, there wouldn't be this kind of sense of chaos or this sense of uncertainty. But with that in mind, there is this underlying structure within the composition at hand. So that is that order, that sense of order that we get for sure. And so this piece is an AI generative piece. I believe it was made in Midjourney and actually have some of the other ones that were used to reference this original work. So created in Midjourney, and it is a collage as well, all incredibly important. And so the collage, or the mixed media collage, can be thought of as a kind of conglomeration of a bunch of different pieces here. So there's our original work, and then we're going to bring in some of the influential pieces. So first off, you definitely see that glitch aesthetic all throughout the work. Of course, up here we have that. Then we have this work as well. It appears to be 4 separate scenes. But there's no doubt that we see the influence for sure, whether it's that glitch aesthetic, whether it's that kind of paranormal effect. Really amazing piece here. Then, of course, this is a much darker one. You have kind of green tones as well. Almost looks like a Buddhist symbol, but I'm not going to jump on that for sure. Yeah, an amazing piece. Of course, Carlos M. Gonzalez doing some really great work. If you guys enjoyed this work, go check out some of his original works. This is one of the best ones he's ever created. I think this could truly be a masterpiece if he keeps on running with it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.